It is no surprise that everybody loves complaining about how bad Duel Links is all the time, and it's always the same few things that people love to rant about. It's always skill bad, meta bad, paywall bad, and I'm not saying that they're wrong. I mean, they're all valid, but I'm going to at least try to convince you that there are still some reasons to play this game that I've been playing for more than 8 years at this point. First of all, I think skills are cool. And dare I said it, I think skills are cool and I want more of them. I'm not just talking about the generic bad skills when I say I like skills. It includes those skills that have 10 billion effects and plays the deck for you by clicking the yellow button, like the one in front of you right now. I think the concept, at least, of making a bad anime deck good by having a skill that fixes the deck's issues is amazing. And not only do you have a reason to play your favorite archetype using your favorite character, the quote-unquote broken anime skills often have effects that reference scenes in the anime that they belong to. For example, the Vector skill, the one, that puts chaos numbers in the graveyard and adds a rank up magic from your deck to your hand. That is exactly how Vector summoned the Chaos Chimera Dragon in the anime. And the fact that I get to do that in a competitive game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And win, sometimes at least, is one of the biggest reasons I play this game. Even legacy skills that aren't related to the anime are things that I actively look forward to. Like the hieratic skill that I love to talk about in the previous video where I ranted about skills. Yeah, that is a well-designed legacy skill. Let me just try to find it over here. Yeah, Hieratic Dragon Dawn. I think this skill is cool. It's like a really good concept that makes a bad deck at least competitively viable, even though it's not, meta or anything. I think skills like that are cool, and I want more of them. But I need to emphasize that I like skills as a concept, but obviously they still need to be balanced and not broken, like, this skill. And so I'm fine if skills, create cards out of thin air, as long as the skill isn't broken. Take Dragonic Contact as a example. Let's go over to Jaden real quick, and I will explain. So I'm sure you're all familiar with the famous glue-eating skill that is Dragonic Contact. It has been in the meta for a very long time. Even though the skill was never nerfed, the deck kinda didn't see a lot of play now, but it's still a broken skill that it works for the purposes of demonstration. For example, this skill, it gives you a free armed dragon every turn and the normal poly spell, and I think that's fine. But the problem is that it's not, once or twice per duel. You just get to do that every single turn, as long as you have things to discard, which is just ridiculous. Any warrior monster or level 10 monster, that's basically like every single monster in your deck. And you just get to get a free armed dragon every turn. That's a bit too much. And also, it definitely should not be able to search Super Poly. And I think a lot of people will be able to agree to that, because having guaranteed access to a monster removal that you can't even respond to is just objectively not fun to play against. Heroes as a deck isn't really meta right now, but that doesn't really change that this skill is not really a good skill design. Not because it just gives you a poly out of thin air, like, that's fine. At least for me, I think that's fine. The thing that's not fine is the lack of restrictions on, the thing that it summons. Lack of how many times you can use the skill in a game, and also just getting super poly. Having a searchable way to get unrespondable monster removal is just way too good. Let's have a look at the Utopia skill that I've been showing on screen. That's another example. At least this one is more relevant than the hero one, because this is actually like the most popular deck right now. Yes, you can see in popular cards, it is the most popular deck. This skill, I'm fine with the concept of, getting you a copy of Numeron Force from thin air, and also getting a copy of Utopia. Making the ZS monsters more searchable, because those cards are kind of bad on their own. But first of all, I think the deck shouldn't be able to summon Lava Golem. Like, the deck being able to summon Lava Golem is just... why? Why is the deck allowed to do this? And also, giving the player a free Utopia and Numero Force should only be once per duel, and also have a bigger cost than just being able to do it whenever you want, because that's how the skill is right now, and that's kind of ridiculous. Like, you can do that on turn 1, and then you can do it again on your next turn. It's kind of way too much. Like, adding Numero Force, like, in of itself, is fine, as long as like the cost is big enough, and it clearly isn't for this skill. So yeah. Other than skills, another thing I really like about Duel Links is its mobility, as in how easy it is to just whip out your phone wherever you are and just play a quick game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is technically available in mobile and I have it installed, but games take much longer, there are a lot more actions to do each turn, you have to like constantly pay attention to what's happening because of how games just work in Master Duel and the TCG, and it's just generally not as convenient to play as it is in Duel Links. Compared to Duel Links back in the day, the game has obviously gotten a lot more complicated compared to, you know, when you were just normal summoning dinosaur vanillas with a skill that gives you a field spell. But even now, the games are still quick and less complicated than it is in normal TCG. It is also helpful that skills in Duel Links are kind of designed the way they are, you know, with the bonus going second effects that help you break boards, because instead of spending a bunch of time trying to decide where you would hand trap your opponent while they do the 10-minute combo like in Master Duel or the TCG, in Duel Links you kind of just let your opponent use their skill to do their combo in like 2 minutes, because having the skill just shortens the amount of combo time that they spend. And then when your turn comes around, you kind of use your skill and try to break their board using like the bonus effect of your skill, and then you do your combo and be done within like 2 minutes. I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, I prefer this dynamic over whatever Yu-Gi-Oh has become in Master Duel or TCG, because, well, at least even bad decks have a way to fight. Regardless of going first or second, because of like the existence of these skills allowing you to just break boards by giving you free advantage when you go second. Thirdly, being able to play as any Yu-Gi-Oh character is fun and cool. Playing as your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character and playing their deck activates that, you know, Chunibyo part of your brain, and depending on how much Yu-Gi-Oh anime you've watched previously, this could be a big selling point. The events that happen in Duel Links are also mostly anime related, aside from, you know, the KC Cup and stuff. So you get plot that actually extends from what happened in the anime. For me personally, I am a massive fan of quintessential quintuplets and Witch on the Holy Night, and so I love using Sarah because I absolutely love her Japanese VA and I love any character that she voices. So I don't know if you can hear that clearly from this recording, but listen to this. It's amazing. It's so good. It's so peak. Yeah! Let's see if there's another voice line. Come on, give me the other voice line. Where's the other voice line? Where's the other voice line? Come on. Alright, give up. Yeah, it's so good. Anyway, finally, my biggest reason of why I'm still playing Duel Links in 2025. Well, there's no point pretending that it isn't, but it's, well, sunk cost fallacy. You know, all of the money and time and gems that I've spent in this stupid game, it's gone. It's never gonna be back. It's gone forever. And also, this Duel Links YouTube channel that I'm running, that you're watching right now, Duel Links is the one game that I've stuck around the longest. Even before I became a massive whale, I've already played that game for like a really long time, from 2016, 2017. I only started being like a massive spender in I think 2020 or 2021, when the YouTube channel is starting to go off, so I can, spend the ad revenue. But yeah, I'm definitely biased, and it's pretty obvious, and this game will always have a special place in my heart. And that's it. I don't know if I've convinced you anything other than, just geeking out on how much I love Sarah, or just contemplating on my life choices, on how much I spent on this game, but it's still fun, at least in my opinion. I won't stop playing Duel Links even if like the meta sucks or a Master Duel is available and they have Christian support there, but yeah, that's it for this video, I guess. Tell me what you think about Duel Links and what you like about the game and why you are still playing, or if you're not playing right now, I guess you can... I thank you for still watching this video. But yeah, okay, bye.